In 2020, I ranked 6 Colombian bags by flavor. The footnote on my own article already said the word on the front of half of them, Supremo, was a bean-sized grade. I saw the clue. I treated it like trivia. This is a can of Colombian coffee, Kirkland Signature. $15 for 3 pounds at Costco. The label says Colombian, and one other word, Supremo. Not Huila, not Nariño, not Cauca, not a finca, not a producer, just Colombian Supremo. No farmer, no municipality, no altitude, no varietal, no processing detail, no harvest year, not fake, not bad, just anonymous. This bag from Onyx Coffee Lab says Altos de Quitumpamba, Nariño, 2,200 meters, processed by Carolina Chalapud Daza and Guillermo Torres Daza, pink bourbon variety, dry washed with 12 hours of cherry oxidation and 48 hours of wet fermentation. Same country, 3 times the price. And here's the thing. The one on the right isn't 3 times as good because it costs 3 times as much. It's telling you something the one on the left can't, where it actually came from, and what Supremo on the left actually means. When you buy a can of Colombian coffee, you probably picture the same thing most coffee drinkers picture. A specific farmer, a mustachioed man in a sombrero, a mule loaded with coffee cherry walking down a misty Andean mountainside, a small family farm. That mental model isn't an accident. It was advertising. In January 1960, the Colombian Coffee Federation hired a New York agency called Doyle Dane Bernbach. They invented a fictional Colombian coffee farmer named Juan Valdez. The first ad ran in 10 U.S. markets with the headline, "We don't know who's more stubborn, Juan Valdez or his mule." 5 months later, U.S. consumers identifying Colombian as the world's finest coffee was up 300%. By 1964, General Foods had switched its premium Ubon brand to 100% Colombian. Within 5 years, more than 40 U.S. brands and 20 European roasters had all Colombian packages. It is the most successful national commodity branding campaign in history. Here's the part nobody tells you. The mascot is real-shaped. Most Colombian coffee really is grown by some 500,000 smallholder families on plots of a few hectares each. The campaign worked because the substance behind it was true. But the bag in your hand isn't a specific farmer's coffee. It's the national average. And to make a national average, you have to throw away every name. So before we talk about the institution, let's talk about the word. Here's what Supremo means. Big beans. Specifically, beans that don't fall through a screen with 17/64-inch holes. Excelso is the next export band down. Beans retained by a 14/64-inch screen. UGQ, usual good quality, is the smaller export category underneath that. That's it. That's the whole grade. It's a sieve number. It tells you nothing about region, varietal, altitude, processor, or producer. And bigger beans are not better beans. The Colombian Coffee Federation, the FNC, made that kind of standardization work at national scale. Founded in 1927, funded by an export tax, it built Senecafe, Alma Cafe, cooperative purchasing offices, research capacity, and eventually the Juan Valdez retail chain. No other coffee-producing country built an institution quite like it, which is why the grade became so powerful. Supremo gave a huge national system one clean export word that American shoppers could remember. Supremo isn't a quality grade. It's a sieve. The biggest beans aren't the best beans. They're just the beans that didn't fall through the screen. Here's what I want to be careful about because this is where this story usually gets lazy. The FNC is one of the most successful institutions in the history of agricultural development. It helped Colombian smallholders bargain against middlemen. It funded rural electrification, schools, aqueducts, roads, research, and the Castillo variety that helped Colombia recover after the 2008 rust outbreak. And the Juan Valdez campaign genuinely lifted Colombian farmer prices for decades by branding the national supply as a premium product. So, the takeaway from this video is not never buy anything that says Colombian. That's the wrong lesson. The real problem with anonymous Colombian coffee isn't flavor. It's knowability, and the trade-off is structural. To brand Colombian coffee as one premium product, the system had to make individual lots interchangeable inside the commodity channel. 500,000 family farms, 20-something departments, dozens of varietals. They all had to become export categories, simple enough for a global buyer to understand. That's how you get a global brand. It's also how you get a label that can't tell you whether the cherry came from a single mother on a 6-hectare farm in Nariño or from a 500-truck blend out of Caldas. Pendergrast caught this in 1927. The FNC's first U.S. ad slogan was, quote, "Supreme among mild coffees." The grade name itself was a marketing line first. Unlike Ethiopia, Colombia's specialty bypass is mature. It's been working for 15 years. Private exporters, producer relationships, cooperatives, and direct trade programs now move much of the traceable Colombian coffee specialty buyers care about. You can see the shift in the buyer experience. Cup of Excellence Colombia exists, and it is one of the most competitive auctions in the world. In 2023, 16 of the top 28 Colombian Cup of Excellence lots were Geisha. Geisha in Colombia. And Colombia is one of the most experimentally vivid origins on the modern map. 2 cacao producers are among the names most associated with thermal shock processing: Diego Samuel Bermudez at Finca El Paraíso and Wilton Benitez at Granja Paraíso 92. Anaerobic fermentation, then controlled hot and cold washes. Bioreactors monitoring pH, bricks, temperature, microbial load. The 2024 World Barista Champion, Mikhail Jasin, won using a Bermudez-processed Colombian. The Castillo controversy is real, but it is not the point of this video. Specialty roasters historically preferred Caturra for cup quality. Castillo bought Colombia's recovery from the 2008 rust outbreak. Newer Castillo work is aimed at climate resilience and better cup potential. Keep the debate in the footnotes. The buying rule stays the same. Name the producer, name the farm, name the process. None of this. The Cup of Excellence, the Thermal Shock, the Pink Bourbon, and Sidra and Corozo microlots, none of it ever shows up on a Supremo can. The bypass exists. The grocery aisle just hasn't caught up. Here's what nobody tells you about reading a Colombian label. In Ethiopia, the unit of trust is the washing station and the cooperative. We covered that last video. In Colombia, the unit of trust is different. Colombia has actual single estate farms, what they call fincas. The unit of trust here is the finca and the producer. You can name the family on the gate. The bag should ideally tell you the country, obviously, the specific department. Huila, Nariño, Cauca, Tolima, Antioquia, Quindío, Risaralda, the Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta. Never just Andean or mountain grown. The municipality like Pitalito or Palestina or Urao. The finca name, the producer's name. A real human, often a family. The altitude in meters, the varietal, Caturra, Castillo, Bourbon, Pink Bourbon, Tipica, Geisha, Sidra, Corozo. The processing, washed, honey, natural, anaerobic, thermal shock. And the harvest year. If a bag just says Colombian Supremo medium roast, that's a screen size with a country attached. It might still be tasty. You're buying an average, not a specific coffee. The producer names that actually matter in specialty Colombia today are the kind of names most coffee drinkers have never heard. Carolina Chalapud Daza, Wilton Benitez, Diego Bermudez, Carmen Montoya, Sebastián Ramírez, Edwin Noreña, Felipe Arcila, Jose Martinez Guzman. These aren't farm brands. They're actual people who grew the coffee. When a roaster puts a producer's name on the bag, they're telling you which post-direct trade sourcing channel put it there. Let me show you what this looks like in practice. This is the Kirkland Signature Colombian Supremo. Can you saw at the start of this video? $15 for 3 pounds. I rated bags like this in 2020. Generic-feeling Colombians, where the label gave you flavor notes and not much else, and ranked them by cup alone. The reviews weren't fake. The coffees probably were what they were, but country plus grade plus flavor note was not enough information to recommend a Colombian coffee to someone else. That's the old worldview this video is correcting. Colombian, Supremo, medium roast. That's everything the label gives you. No department, no municipality, no finca, no producer, no altitude, no varietal, no processing, no harvest. Now look at Onyx Coffee Labs Altos de Quitumpamba. The label names the department, Nariño. Names the finca, Altos de Quitumpamba. Names the producers, Carolina Chalapu Daza and Guillermo Torres Daza. Names the altitude, 2,200 meters. Names the varietal, pink bourbon. Names the processing in detail, dry washed with 12 hours of cherry oxidation and 48 hours of wet fermentation. That's a traceable bag. Methodical Coffee's Carmen Montoya goes further. Urao, Antioquia. Finca La Bella Vista. Named individual producer, Carmen Montoya. 2,000 meters. Quiroso varietal, a rare Antioquian local. 8-day anaerobic water fermentation in stainless steel. George Howell's Jardines del Eden Red Sidra. Names the department, Quindío. Names the finca. Names the producer, Felipe Arcila of Cofinet. 1829 meters. Sidra varietal, exotic, hard to source. Anaerobic washed with whole cherries, sealed in water tanks. 3 traceable lots. 3 named producers, 3 bags where the money went somewhere specific. Versus the Kirkland, where the money went to a sieve number. A short list of roasters I trust to do this work in Colombia. For an easy U.S. starting point, look at Onyx, Methodical, George Howell, Ceremony, Counterculture, Little Wolf, Sweet Bloom, Black and White, or Devoción. If you want the obsessive's rabbit hole, Tim Wendelboe is famously Colombia Deep, and 5 Senses in Australia is a good way to chase Wilton Benitez and the thermal shock story. The specific names will rotate. The label rule does not. They publish the department, the finca, the producer, the altitude, the varietal, and the processing. Expect $22 to $40 a bag, depending on the roaster. You can still grab the Kirkland. It won't be terrible. What you're giving up for the savings is the knowledge that your money went to a named family on a specific mountainside. 2 origins down. Ethiopia hides the washing station and the cooperative. Colombia hides the finca and the producer. Both hide them inside grade words that sound like quality. Stop buying the grade. Start buying the producer's name. Next on this channel, what happens at the opposite extreme? 1 1931 seed collection. 1 named tree. $10,000 a pound. The story of Geisha. Subscribe.